Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching Healthy Alternative. Today, I want to talk about the benefits of Michael, and today we're going to be talking about.
Today we'll be making one of my favorite soups.
Welcome to the
tomato
JR72
soup.
challenge.
I am Animated Mel, and I am your mental and wellness coach for
As
Healthy
always,
Alternative.
perfection is not needed, but consistency
We must
is.
first lovingly accept what is. You can't heal a body you hate.
We're going to bring up your next speaker. That's going to be the wonderful, magnificent Chris James.
If you talk about how much you hate your fat, your body has been working all this time to keep you alive. I don't think anybody in my circle understands impossible. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good night, or good morning, wherever you tuning in from, whenever you tuning in. Baltimore, shout out to Baltimore. I see you. Shout out to Sunny Day. She was the first one in here, so you know what I'm saying. Give her your props. Today we're going to do a little bit different live stream because I wasn't originally going to do this for the entire community. I was really going to do it just for those that are in AHA communities, but I said I'm here. I might as well go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, just give it to everybody. Animated Mel in the chat. Hey, man, pump your brakes, man. Pump your brakes. Hit the like button for me, as a matter of fact, while you're talking all that stuff. So today is going to be pretty succinct. We just launched the R72 challenge. We are actually on, what is this, day 6? So we're still doing our prep, but we're coming to the end of our prep. Now, it's been cool because I've been interacting in the challenge, which I usually don't. And, people have been posting, their weight loss so far. We're seeing people that already lost between probably 4 and 7 pounds is what I've seen. So that's amazing. One of the new products that we introduced during this challenge was Sculpt. Okay, Sculpt is an herbal blend by the Root Wellness brand. And so that is what kind of prompted this live, because people have been asking me to talk about the products a little bit, how to use them. And then also a lot of you guys have been just talking about the price of the products. We don't price them. We're just affiliates. We don't price them. We can't control that or their like sales and things of that nature. But I've got some information for how you guys can get the products a little bit cheaper, how to use them. So that's kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So the Root Wellness brand is a company, they're a nutraceutical company that we partnered with. Shoot, man, it's probably been about 3 years now, I think. Yeah. It's probably been maybe 4 years, something like that. It's been quite some time. We've seen some great benefits. It started with Clean Slate. So they have a product called Clean Slate, and Clean Slate is it's just a liquid dropper. And it's one of my favorite products because it helps to remove heavy metals from the body. If any of you guys have ever, been on a journey of trying to remove heavy metals from your system, because that heavy metals can cause all sorts of diseases, including autoimmune disorders, cognitive disorders. It could be an issue for very, very young children, and also those of us who are in our golden years. Those diseases that you see when people develop when they're not fully mature, or when they're on the latter part of their life, when their systems kind of started to break down. A lot of those issues are caused by heavy metals. Also, during the interview I did with Root years ago, one of the things I learned was that when it comes to females, when it comes to women, the menstrual cramps and all of that stuff, but more specifically, the menopause. Menopause is actually due to heavy metals as well. So this product, Clean Slate, is incredible for. It's a natural product. It's seawater. It's vitamin C. Its active ingredient is a zeolite called clinoptilolite that they fracture, and it's able to basically trap heavy metals in your system and move them out of your body safely, which is important. The body doesn't really do this efficiently. The only other option at this point, or at that point, was a synthetic chelation that I didn't feel comfortable really talking to you guys about. I like organic things, so I never really talked about that, even though I was kind of borderline getting to the point where I might try it myself because I couldn't find a good alternative. Obviously, you've got different herbs and things you could take, like cilantro is very popular, or even essential oil. But although they work, they don't work as well as Clean Slate does. And so I wanted to introduce that to you all. It can help um, remove a lot of the obstacles that are causing you to have issues when you fast. Like if you have a lot of detox symptoms on your fast, it may be because of the impurities in your system. We'll just call them impurities, contaminants, toxins, etc. Um, the more impurities you have in your system, the more you will experience as you release them when you're on your fast. So I started to, suggest that you guys start using it. It was something that I was using for a few months. And, we've seen some incredible outcomes. I've had people tell me that they've changed nothing else. They just started using Clean Slate and they've lost weight. So we started using it with our challenges, and people were saying it made their fasting easier, which was expected. And of course, just a plethora of other, the testimonials. There's so many testimonials for Clean Slate. If you guys get into the root community, you could they're coming out the ears. There's so many of them. So the products work really well. They just launched a new product called Sculpt, which is it's a weight loss product. And once again, just herbs. It's an herbal blend, but it's formulated in a unique way that gives you outcomes that are greater than what you would get from just any old like diet pill. So it's in alignment with us as far as like the natural organic product, but it also gives you those results that you guys are looking for. So it's an appetite suppressant, and it acts as a way to help the body release weight as well. So we've been testing that, and we've been getting great benefit and results from that on our challenge. So one of the things that I was asked to do was explain how Clean Slate worked specifically. And Clean Slate comes in a dropper. I should have got a bottle, but I just finished mine and I threw the bottle away. But it comes in a dropper, and basically our recommendation is to take 5 drops of Clean Slate in the morning and 5 drops of Clean Slate in the evening. If you guys notice that you're getting a lot of irritation, because Clean Slate, it's passive, but it's active. It's passive. Sometimes you won't notice that it's there or that it's doing anything, but if you take too much of it, you'll notice it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people like to feel something, but what you typically are going to feel is like itching. You can feel itching on the palms of your hand, the top of your hand, the bottom of your feet. You can also feel a dull sensation in your kidneys or your liver or just different organs, lower back. That area, you might feel like a dull sensation. I felt it in my spleen, which was interesting. I never felt my spleen before. So that's very common to feel something. If it's too intense for you, then you just roll back the amount of drops you take. Instead of doing 5 drops twice a day, you'll do 3 drops or 2 drops twice a day, or even 1 drop twice a day. Right? You keep rolling it back until you get to a place where you're comfortable. And then once you get to a place where you're comfortable, you're like, okay, then you can start increasing. So you go from 1 drop to 2 drops twice a day. And then the goal is to get all the way up to 10 drops twice a day. So that's the recommended dosage from Root. What I noticed from taking it was, because I guess a lot of the detoxing and stuff I had done prior to ever using it, I didn't have like crazy detox symptoms, but I did notice itching and discomfort, like I mentioned. But I was able to go up to, 12, 13, 14 drops. I eventually got to 20 drops twice a day. And I noticed that from listening to other people who use it, that's where they really see some crazy like benefits as far as health from people who are severely ill. So the 20 drops twice a day tends to be a benchmark for like where if you can sustain that and get there, you're going to see some really amazing results more rapidly. But Root doesn't recommend that per se, but from individual testing, we've seen the 20 drops do really well. But I would never recommend, I didn't even start at 20 drops. So for those who are interested, or if you've already started taking it, hopefully that was a little bit of a, some insight on how to use it. For those of you who are in the AHA communities, and I do want to put the AHA communities in the chat real quick. If you guys aren't already a part of AHA communities, join now. It's free. And I have a guide. I have the Root. We have like a guide that we put together for instructions on how to, utilize their products. It'll be available in the AHA communities, so you guys can come and join there. All right. So there's a couple other products that we really like with Root that we talk about, and all these products can be used with your fasting. So one thing that we've noticed, Stephen has actually tested the products with fasting to make sure that they don't take you out of ketosis, which is, like that's what everybody wants to see. They want to see that they're in ketosis. That lets them know that they're using ketones, they're getting the benefit of fasting. And so we all understand that if you're taking something and it's knocking you out of ketosis, you're losing some major benefit of fasting. And we've already tested the products so that we know and also we've talked to Root to make sure that you guys can use them with your fasting. There are some caveats, but we always make note of that, so you know what to do. So Restore is one of their products in their Trinity kit. So you got Clean Slate, Restore, and Zero In their Trinity kit. And Restore actually restores the health of the gut, which is, if you guys understand how the body functions, you understand gut health is at the top. Like a lot of people who study the body will say that most disease stems from gut issues. So this helps to nourish the gut through probiotics and prebiotics. It also helps to open up elimination pathways. So once again, going back to fasting, what makes fasting so difficult for people is the fact that as your body is releasing the toxins from your system, your elimination pathways are closed, your liver's not functioning highly, your kidneys aren't functioning well, you're just not eliminating well. And so therefore, you have a backlog of toxicity or contaminant in your system, and it makes you feel ill. So this is going to help with easing you into your fast, especially if you haven't been consistent or you eat poorly in between your fasting. This is a great add-on. It helps with it does help with, when it comes to fasting, it helps to nourish you. So you get some nourishment, and then you also don't get knocked out of ketosis. So it's kind of like it's a little bit of a cheat, if you will. But overall, it's extremely beneficial to the big picture. And so, and I tell you guys all the time, people say, what's the best fast to do? If you guys were gonna, if you could just choose what's the best fast to do, dry fasting will probably be at the top of the list, but dry fasting is also one of the most difficult to do. And also you have to understand refeed really well. But the best fast you could do as an individual is the one you can complete. So when people go set out to do water fasting, dry fasting, juice fasting, if at some point during that journey things get overwhelming for you, it's okay to use something to aid you, as long as you're using something that's going to be in alignment with the goals you want. Because keep in mind that even water fasting is not a quote unquote pure fast or a true fast. Fasting is no water, no food, right? So we call it water fasting because you're fasting while supplementing with water. And when I very first started fasting, I did use the Dr. Sebi herbs to do my first long-term fast. And it really helped to clean my system out better than it would have just fasting alone. So I've always been an advocate, as long as you guys are using the right things. The problem is that there's a lot of different products. There's a lot of different things people talk about on YouTube, and they're not necessarily good for you. So I've always been one to test. I've got a nice sized team. We usually test things before we start talking about them. And the root products were one of those things that we all had. We all picked our favorite. Everybody had a favorite product. The other product in the Trinity kit is called Zero In. You guys have probably heard us refer to this as the Limitless pill. If you guys have seen that movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper, it's where the pill he creates this pill that he could take, and it unlocks like 100% of his brain power for a period of time. It's like the closest thing I've ever seen to the Limitless pill. It helps increase your focus noticeably. Like, it's, if you guys have ever taken Adderall or something like that, you can know it's noticeable. It's not just like, I'm not sure. And oftentimes what happens is you have to look back on your day and see how productive you were and see how you interacted with people and see how, you made different decisions, and you'll see how it really impacts you. I'm usually not I'm hard to stimulate, and it stimulates me. It stimulates me. As a matter of fact, one caveat with the um, Zero In, the recommended dosage is 1 capsule to 4 capsules a day, and you could split them up, right? You don't have to take, if you're going to do 4, you don't have to take them all at one time. You could do morning and evening on that as well. But I actually found that I could never take more than one. And actually, my dosage was half a capsule. Once again, it's a whole vitamin. Turmeric is like the main ingredient. Has vanilla bean as another main ingredient. But what makes the products special is the formulation. It's how the products are put together that gives them this impact. It's also the purity of the products that they start with. So their raw materials are extremely high quality. If you guys research how they source their materials and things of that nature, even if you have a product of similar ingredients, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to give you the same result. So that's part of the reason why the cost is high. And then, of course, there's several other products that we talk about. Relive Greens being one of them, which is a great. It reminds me of the Dr. Sebi small cleanse package. He had a, not in a small cleanse package, but he had a something called the Greens. It was called the Greens, and the Greens. And with the Relive Greens and the Greens, what they do is they nourish the microorganisms, but they nourish the cells. So it's like you're not technically eating, but your body is being nourished, and so therefore it helps to stave off hunger. It's one of those things that, it's not going to be mentally satisfying, because like a lot of our hunger can be up here in our mind, but for your physical body and your wellness, your strength, your focus, things of that nature, it'll get the job done. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of some of those products. Now I do want to go. I'm gonna go into like a second half of this because I understand our community, and I know for some of you it's hard to get past that paywall. Typically, I wouldn't even like partner with a company like this or promote products like this that are more higher end, because I know it's kind of going to be a deterrent. But I can't. There was no way for me to justify not telling you guys about these products, not telling you about this company, because they just work so well. The outcomes were so good. And for those that can get it, great. If you can't, I mean, it's unfortunate. But today I wanted to share an option for you guys that you might not be aware of with Root. So first, it's an invitation community. So you get a link to join, and then you guys become a part. You become an affiliate, but you're technically just a customer, but you also become an affiliate as well. Like, you don't have to do anything, but they just automatically give you the benefit. You become an affiliate, and with your link, you have your own link that you can use. So like if you like it and you want to tell your mom about it, your dad about it, you give them your link because you're telling them about it anyway. And then Root will actually give you credit towards your product. And the cool thing about Root is you don't have to purchase to actually participate. So if you're just like, what, Chris and AHA, they've always been straight shooters. You see the testimonials, you're like, I know the product works. I don't really have the money for it. But maybe you have friends or family, or even just a Facebook group where you could be like, hey guys, this product's been, talked about by one of my favorite brands, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you guys should check it out. You could put your link in there. If people purchase, you'll actually get credits towards buying your own. So then that way you can either reduce how much you pay or you can get it for free. And they're very generous this is just my personal opinion, just working with companies over so many years, 15, 20 years. They're generous with what they give you. So just for someone signing up because they use your link, it's like a 15% credit. So if they spend $100, you get $15. So you can see it won't take long. If somebody goes in and get a Trinity kit or something like that, you get $45 or whatever the case is. It won't take long for you to be able to just get your own product or to get it at a discounted rate. The other thing too is they have what's called Root Prime, and Root Prime is it's a play off of Amazon Prime. So it's a subscription, but you don't pay for it. But you sign up for Root Prime, you put, let's say, Sculpt. If you put Sculpt on Root Prime, it takes like $30 off of the price. Okay. And also, so the way Root Prime works is it's just a subscription. If you put like Sculpt on there, it'll auto fulfill every month. So like on the first of the month or whatever date you choose, they'll automatically charge your card or whatever payment method, and then they'll send you Sculpt. You can cancel at any time. You're not locked in. So if you guys want a way to get the product a little cheaper, go sign up for the Root Prime, get it. You could test it. If you don't like it, you could just cancel it. If you do like it, just keep it on the Prime, because then they'll give you credits for, how many months you're on Prime. They'll give you like shipping credits. And then after, I think it's 3 or 4 months, they'll give you like a $50 credit or $100 credit, depending on how much money you've spent, that you could just use for any products. So this is how you can kind of reduce the cost of it. And it makes it a little bit more palatable. Okay. One other benefit I will say is if you guys are in AHA communities, or if you are in our Facebook group, for example, and we talk about these products. We don't talk about them a lot because we don't like to promote products a lot. I talk about them as much as I need to make sure that you guys are aware of them. But I don't want people thinking you got to use products to get benefits. Most of the benefits that we have gotten personally, our team, our staff, we've gotten them before these products ever existed. We built a brand. We're talking about pure water fasting. We were getting these results before we were using products. Granted, I told you I did use Dr. Sebi Small Cleanse on my first fast, but after that first fast, I really wasn't using herbs, products, or anything. Okay, so it's neither here nor there. If it resonates with you, you have the funds. I'm telling you, it's a recommendation of mine. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't use it. You don't have to. Okay, so I always want to make that very clear. This is an option for those. If you struggle with fasting, regularly, let's say that you've joined our R72 before, or 21 day, or you've just been fasting on your own and you struggle, then here is a tool that may help you. Okay. Maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't. There's only one way to find out. But I can tell you that right now we have a large group of people who are using the products, and I'm going to have some really good feedback by the end of our challenge about the Sculpt product, because that's the new one. And I'll be sharing that with you guys. But just from my personal experience, Steven's experience, it works. So we'll continue to see. This is a good comment. I've seen in my blood microscopically where Clean Slate has removed heavy metals from my body. So if you guys do live blood analysis, if you were to take Clean Slate, like, maybe like 15 minutes before you do your live blood, or if you do a live blood analysis and then you take Clean Slate and then you take another panel, you can see scientifically, like you see the difference that it makes in your system pretty much instantly. And we've seen this done. Root has done this demonstration. We also, one of our affiliates, Sasha, she is a live blood analyzer. I don't remember the technical word, but that works. And so she has done this. She's repeated this experiment herself with her clients and things of that nature. So we're not theorizing. We know, we've seen this stuff work. It's pretty amazing. Here's Steven talking about Root products be hitting Sculpt and Zero In. So clearly you guys know which ones are his favorite. Sculpt and Zero In are crazy. Um, Also, here's another good comment. I've taken 4 at once talking about zero in, not recommended if this is your first time or if you have a low tolerance for caffeine. I've since lowered dosage. Love that I could take it and still go to sleep. So, one thing you guys will notice with clean slate, or I'm sorry, with zero in, is it has caffeine in it. A lot of people are turned off by that. It is not your traditional caffeine that's in every single drug or pill or whatever. It is endogenous caffeine. It comes from the cocoa leaf, not the bean. And then also, I want you guys to understand that if you are hypersensitive to caffeine, it still may impact you. Okay, so if you already know you're sensitive to it, it may not be the right thing for you. Um, you might be able to reduce the dosage, like was mentioned in this comment, or you might not be able to. It might not make you feel right. So keep that in mind as well. Let's see another comment. I posted in the group about this, so I'm assuming she's talking about AHA communities. So make sure to join AHA communities, y'all. A lot of good information in there. I got 2 bottles of Scope for the low because I had Root Prime and got 4 $50 off coupons. So she's been with Root for a few months now to have 4 $50 off coupons. And it's if you're using the products and you like them, put them on Prime, y'all. Put them on Prime. It doesn't cost you anything. You only get benefit from it. I've been on Prime since I started using it because I if I don't, I'll forget to order my supplements. And I use Clean Slate all of the time. Like I literally just took some before we did the call tonight, and I ran out. I got to open a new bottle. Usually I only take zero in, and this is just a me thing. Usually I only take zero in on days where I know I'm going to have a lot of work I need to get done. Like I need to be focused. I need to be sharp. I'm going to do a speech. Sometimes I take it when I have a lot of videos to record and things of that nature. But that's just me. It is a daily supplement. So you guys could take it every day if you want to, but everybody use it as you want. Also clean, zero in will build up in your system. So over time, you'll notice you need less of it, which is unusual. Most products don't have that effect. And when I say build up in your system, it's not as if it's imparting something into your system foreign or something of that nature. What it's doing is it's opening up neural pathways. It's making your body more efficient, like naturally. So obviously you've got ingredients in there that are helping to nourish the body, but it's really causing the body to function more normally. And that's why you can use less and less of it as you go on. Is there one that is best for energy? And if you had to pick one root product, which one would you pick? So this is one of those questions that's very personal as far as the second part of your question. The first part of your question, zero in, I think Stephen would agree. I think most of y'all would agree, hands down, zero in is the best one for energy. It just happens to be that way. But zero in is great for a lot of things. Okay, so zero in, um, it helps to reconnect severed neural pathways. It helps to increase dopamine production, serotonin production, melatonin production. So in another comment, someone said, I love that I could take it at night and still be able to go to sleep. You can sleep with zero in. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys about how zero in works. It gives you more functionality of your body's glands, your chemistry, the chemistry of your body. If you have a desire consciously to stay up, work more, be awake, whatever, if you're a night owl, zero in is going to keep you up at night because you are putting the energy out there that you want to stay up. Even if you're saying I want to go to sleep, but you're still on your phone and you're still doing stuff, you're going to stay up. Trust me, I know. Okay? If you are one of those people, you like to go to sleep on time, you have a regimen, you enjoy your sleep, you love sleeping, then you're probably going to have no problem with zero in. It's probably going to help you sleep more soundly. So whichever is your true desire, that's what's going to zero in is going to help you with that. It helps you get the job done, whatever that is. It gives you more control over your chemistry. So that's just a fair warning for those night owls. I'm a night owl, so I take my zero in first thing in the morning. Maybe I'll take it midday, so around 1, 2 at the latest, but I also do half a dosage. So it's not going to mess me up too much. If I took a full capsule and I took it midday, then I'm probably going to be up on, because I'd be up anyway. I'd be up anyway. So it's not going to put you to sleep. It's not like a sleeping pill, but it will increase melatonin production during the time when melatonin would naturally increase. If you're not sitting there watching your screen, that blue light will actually mess up your circadian rhythm. It'll mess up your body's natural rhythm, sleep, and all that melatonin production. So fair warning, it'll give you whatever it is that you want. So be careful with that. So 0N would be for energy. I personally would pick Clean Slate if I had to only get one, because Clean Slate is such a look. Heavy metals are a problem, y'all. None of the other products remove heavy metals. If you get Clean Slate is going to remove obstructions in your body. It's going to make your liver function more like it's going to holistically help in the same areas where the other products do. It's not going to necessarily do what 0N does, or what Restore does, but it'll help in those areas. But Clean Slate is unique. None of their other products, as far as my knowledge, will help you remove those heavy metals. So that would be the one I choose. But Steven would probably say 0N. Shell would probably say Restore, right? It just depends on what you. So it's good to try them all. If you guys can get a Trinity kit, you could try them all. If you want to lose weight, Sculpt is going to be your best friend. You know what I mean? So it depends on what you guys really want to achieve. With Root Prime, does the frequency for shipment have to be monthly? Can you do quarterly shipments? I don't believe so, but you might be able to pause it. Okay. But that would be a question for Root. I don't know. At the time when I was learning about it, no, but I have not been intimately connected to, what Root has going on. And if somebody has different information, please feel free to put it in the chat, so, we can all kind of know. But as far as I know, you cannot do that, but that might not be true. You can simply, if you don't already have an account, like I said, you can create an account. It's free. Okay, it's free. And if you guys use an AHA link to join, so that's the AHA link. Okay, it has AHA at the end. If you use Stephen Michael's link, if you Shelby, any of the coaches' links, or anybody, if you sign up with any of the links of any of the other community members, you guys are able to promote. You can talk about and promote in any of the groups, and you can actually earn credits off of promoting it. So you can sign up for free, you can promote it, and you can get your products for free, because we're all kind of talking about it right now. There's lots of testimonials, lots of people getting benefit from it. So you have a lot of support in that area. Good questions, y'all. What if you have no gallbladder? The thing that's funny about it is, I would actually recommend it more. What we don't realize is when we take parts out of our body, whether it's gallbladder, spleen, or tonsils, we now have a deficiency in our body. I know a lot of us think that some of these body parts are like extra parts or primitive parts or whatever science calls them, but every part has a job, typically to support another system, so they can act redundant in nature, which is why it seems like we don't really need them. But when you remove something like the gallbladder, I would actually recommend going the extra mile to support your liver, because the gallbladder is not there to do it anymore. So like something like Clean Slate will be amazing for you, because you don't have your gallbladder. It'll help support the liver. But yes, if you've had organs, I personally don't know. I've never heard Root talk about any particular organ or gland being removed and these products not being beneficial because of that, or causing a problem because of that. It's usually the reverse, and you can usually replace certain medication with the supplements. But here's the interesting thing about it. I don't talk about this too much because it's not really my lane. But if you guys are taking medication, something like Clean Slate and 0N will actually enhance the benefit you get from your medication. That means less medication. That means less medication. You can reduce your dosage by combining it with these. Me personally, I'm going to encourage you guys to use these products to maybe reduce, but also to help you get off of the medication. But if that's not your thing, if you just want to keep on your path, you can actually use these to enhance the benefit you get from the medications that you already take. So it's another cool benefit. Are these products something I can give my 13-year-old? Yes. As a matter of fact, when I very first joined, I used to listen to their calls. They have these root calls where they go over testimonials, they go over the science. They are very in depth. So if you guys are the type that like to research, all the research is there. The research is there, white papers, whatever you want, it is there. Christina Rum, who actually formulates all the products, is a certified um, um, PhD biochemist. They've got all these special certifications and names. She has so many alphabets in front of her name. It's ridiculous. So she knows what she's doing, and she actually used to work for the pharmaceutical companies, which may turn some people off. I don't like to hide that fact. She doesn't either, because the reason why I think it's a benefit, she went into the pharmaceutical companies thinking she was going to help people. So she wanted to help people. She didn't go in working for the pharmaceutical companies looking to take advantage. We know a lot of those drugs are bad for us. All of the drugs are bad for you. And so she learned along the way that they weren't really about helping people heal. They were really about making profit. And at some point, it started to damage her conscience to a level where she was like, I can't do this anymore. So she left and she started a nutraceutical company to do what she originally wanted to do, which was help people. But the reason that's important is because she understands their science better than most of their doctors and their PhDs. She worked at, if I'm not mistaken, she worked at the CDC or was affiliated. She might not have worked with the CDC, but she worked with the companies that work with the CDC. So she was in those rooms with those high-ranking people at the CDC and different pharmaceutical companies. So she knows the evil really well. And so that's why she's able to create products to kind of combat what has been done. And I think that's one of the reasons why her products work so well, because she has that inside information. So anyway, yeah, there was a 9-year-old on one of our calls who had autism, or it was either autism or it was like some type of hyperactivity. I don't remember. I believe it was autism though. But there are children that take it who have autism, by the way, and they've seen amazing results. But he actually came on the call and talked about his experience with it, which was crazy because you with autistic children, sometimes it's hard for them to communicate and things of that nature. So there's lots of different ways you could use the products. For example, Clean Slate. I wouldn't, like, for example, an infant baby. I wouldn't give Clean Slate to an infant baby just because I just don't feel comfortable, right? I wouldn't feel comfortable telling y'all to do that. I'm sure people have. I just don't feel comfortable. Is it okay? Probably. But what you can do is use it on their skin, right? You got a baby dealing with psoriasis or eczema or some type of rash. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You could actually put Clean Slate on the skin, directly on the skin. You don't have to take it by mouth. You guys can also use it on your skin for health and beauty, to moisturize the skin, to make your skin look better, whatever. You can also use Restore on the skin in a similar manner. Okay, Restore, which is the one for the gut, it also works to enhance the moisture in your skin and nourish the skin, because your skin has a microbiome as well. It's got bacteria as well. So the way that it nourishes the gut bacteria, it will nourish the skin as well. So a lot of people use it on their face and things of that nature. I personally don't use it that way. I'm not the health and beauty guy. I don't have a routine, you know what I mean? But for those of you who do like doing that stuff, those are amazing products for the health and beauty. I would not give 0N to an infant, and I don't think that's recommended or anything. But if this child is, 3-4 years old, I would just start with the low dosage, either half a capsule or 1 capsule, and just see how they do. But yeah. Let's see. I use Restore on my skin and it evened out my skin tone as well as decrease the sunspots. So there you go. And of course, you need to be, you want to be consistent with these routines and things of that nature. Everybody's going to be different as far as how quickly it works. But once again, if you guys get into like some of the root groups where they talk about the benefits, there root is actually huge. It's more of an underground thing now. When we joined them, they were just a year old or something like that. It was a small company, a new company. Now Root does hundreds of millions of dollars of sales. I wouldn't say hundreds of I would say tens of millions. I don't know how much they do. I don't know what they do in sales at this particular juncture, but I would imagine that they're upwards the hundreds of millions at this point. Um, they've been growing really rapidly, and they're in every country. Not every country, but most countries. There's a lot of compliance issues. I know someone had mentioned that they don't ship to the Virgin Islands yet. If you guys want Root and they don't ship to your area, one thing you could potentially do is once again join AHA communities. Let the people in the community know, hey, I live in this country. I can't get Root. Would somebody will be willing to help me out? It's something that is pretty easy to do, to just get the product shipped to your house and then ship it to this person or whatever. I would do it if it didn't become like this thing where there's hundreds of people, right? And but like on an individual basis, if through the community, it'd be much easier if you guys just kind of helped each other out. Um, and like it should be pretty easy to facilitate. There are some companies where you can actually set up like a post office, like a post box in America, and then you can have stuff shipped to certain countries. Like there's ways around it, but yeah, I mean, it's not available in every country because of compliance. I'm gonna briefly show you all um, how to log in and just show you around a little bit in Root so that you can be familiar. And for those there, I know there are some of you all who have been using the products, you've been sharing the products, they work, your friends, your family loves it. Um, there is another component of Root where they actually will give you cash for referrals. Okay. So if two of your friends or family sign up and they purchase it, then you can upgrade your account and you can actually get cash for referrals. I don't really talk about that hardly at all because a lot of people think that I'm trying to like get you guys to sell something. I'm not. I'm not trying to get you, but I do want you to be aware of it. If it's something that you're already doing, you can gain more benefit from it. Why not? But please do not misunderstand what I'm telling you guys today as I want you to go sell something. I'm not, that's not me. I don't want y'all to sell nothing. If you don't want to tell anybody about it, don't. If you don't want to use it, don't. Okay. I don't want nobody trying to tell me, Chris, you trying to get us to do this. No, I'm not. I don't care if you do it or if you don't. I use it. I've been using it for the past 3-4 years or whatever it's been. Steve, we see the benefit. We use it. We like it. It's the only supplement I've ever taken this long. And it's been beneficial. So I take it, But I'm a screen share. I'm going to show you guys the back end just briefly. And then if you guys ain't got any more questions, we'll do that. And that'll be it. Just get me signed back in here. Has anybody in the chat used Root? I know some of you guys have been talking about it, but has anybody else in the chat used Root, or is it new? Something new you're trying? What is your experience been with Root so far? I'm just curious to know, and it'll probably help people in the chat as well. Some people have not seen the benefit that they're looking for. So I'll tell you guys that as well. Some people are going into wanting to use Root for a specific outcome and they don't see that. So that has happened, if I'm being honest. But what I want you guys to understand is if you open your mind up and you don't necessarily just expect something specific, you can look for something specific for sure. But if you just open your mind up and if you just take it in and just experience what you experience, you might find that you find another benefit that you did not expect. So this is the root home. This is like the dashboard. If you go to like my account, you could see like the dashboard and all your little options here. When you guys sign up, you go to my account, here's your referral link here. You just click this link, you could go to your referral link. But one place that you guys might want to check out is documents. They've got some really, really good documents here. And if you guys are interested in earning rewards, then what you want to do is you want to go to the Root Reward Commission. And this tells you about the rewards. You just click the English version, and then you can learn more in depth about the rewards. Root is extremely generous with, like, they give away about 46%, if I'm not mistaken. They may have changed it, but I think it's about 46% of what they earn they give away to those who use the products in the form of credits and dollars. Okay. Also, if you guys want to learn more about the products, here's one: Clean Spirits. I didn't talk about this one, but this one is for the liver. If you guys want to learn more, she's got a weight loss program here. It's pretty in depth too. She also has a coffee. I don't know if any of you guys are coffee drinkers. This coffee has like a high rating. They got some special award for this coffee. I don't remember the award. It's something special in the coffee world. Some 90 something percent. I don't know. I don't remember. But it's like some special coffee. But her coffee is very clean because of how it's sourced and how it's actually cleaned. So if you like coffee, this would probably be a great option for you. I don't drink coffee, so but there's a lot of information behind the scenes, details and things you guys can learn. And let's see. Here's Root Prime. So there's a lot of this is not my personal account, by the way. That's why it says not active. This is just a dummy account. But there's a lot of benefits that you get from being a part of Root Prime. So you could come here and you can like add an item. If you guys wanted to add, let's say, Sculpt. We'll go, so you can see Sculpt's $129. And if I add it, actually, I think I needed to do it the other way. Let me go back real quick. And you want to go to subscribe and save. So now you see the price change to $99. Okay. And it tells you when it was added. It gives you a subtotal. And then you can literally just, do your processing date and all that information. Like, yeah. So this is how you can get it a little bit cheaper, as well as other products. It doesn't just have to be Sculpt. It can be pretty much anything. You're not necessarily going to get a discount, but you'll earn rewards. This Trinity pack right here, $212. This gives you 0N, Clean Slate, and Restore. So this is like the Trinity pack. But I'm going to tell you guys, this Trinity pack does not come with a 30-day supply of Restore. If you want a 30-day supply of Restore, you have to get the other Trinity pack called the Trinity Pack Plus. You have to get this one. See, it's called Trinity Pack Plus. It's $275. That's going to give you all 3 products for a 30-day supply. If you get the regular Trinity pack, it only gives you a 15-day supply of Restore. So I'm just letting you guys know that. Okay. What else? My favorites are Clean Slate and Restore. I buy those 2 products all the time. Okay. So yeah, like everybody's gonna find their favorites, right? I would just recommend, if you have the resources, to try them all. Not like every single product, but at least the Trinity kit. I would say Trinity kit, Sculpt, and Relive Greens. I would try those at least. Maybe Clean Spirits as well, especially if you're a drinker. if you like to drink, or if you were a heavy drinker, you might want to get into clean spirits. And then you guys can find your favorite. See what gives you the best result and just stick with that and put it on Prime and then earn rewards. And then every couple months you'll get a coupon for $50 off. So it effectively reduces how much you pay. I love the root products. I use Clean Slate, Restore, Relive Green, Zero In. Zero In is great for balancing mood. Yes, it is. I've always used it specifically when I need the afternoon energy boost. So once again, good for energy, great for mood. The dopamine hits that we get from being scrolling on Instagram and Facebook, your body naturally produces dopamine. So remember that. Zero In helps to facilitate the natural production of dopamine. It's going to make you feel better. It's great for depression. Hello, I'm a newbie to your channel. Do you suggest anything for bone-to-bone arthritis in both knees and feet, which is painful? Well, obviously today we're talking about root. So I'm gonna give you a root suggestion because that's what we're talking about today. Okay, I would do. I would do "Give Me Back My Youth" and where is it? Where is it? It might be just "Give Me Back My Youth." That might be There's one with collagen support. The natural barrier. Okay, it's probably "Give Me Back My Youth." I'm thinking it's two different products, but I think that's it. I would do "Give Me Back My Youth." As a non-root suggestion, if you can find yourself some comfrey leaves, you take the leaf and you kind of mash it a little bit to get the juice flowing, and you wrap it on your knees with like a castor pack, or you can use saran wrap or something like that. And you do that every night before you go to sleep, or for at least 4 hours a day, and that will help to restore. If you were to use both at the same time, you would see rapid restoration of your knees. But when I say rapid, I mean they're saying they I'm sure they've told you can't restore the cartilage and stuff. You can't fix that problem. So when I say rapid restoration, would 3 months be quick enough? Like if you can get the cartilage back and get eliminate the pain and all that stuff, just be consistent for a couple of months, and you can see miracles happen. So you need to get you some comfrey leaf. I don't know if you could just. Coach Mel told me he saw it. You can buy it from the store. You might need to get a couple plants. And then you just do it, once a day. You go, wrap it on both knees, go to sleep, and then also use "Give Me Back My Youth." That's what I would suggest. Okay. Order of Scope just arrived today. I'll be starting it Monday. Mondays, that's when our fast starts. You must be in the R72, aren't you? I got my juice today. We're doing our juice day. So I always have to force myself to drink juice on a juice day, because when I get to the juice day, I just be like, man, I'm just go ahead and just start fasting. But per my own advice, juice has more benefit than just simply, staving off hunger. You get a lot of benefit of cleaning out the system from using the juice. I just started using Roots Trinity pack last week. I've been stuck at my current weight for months and finding it hard to fast again. I've lost a few pounds already. Good. I'm glad that you're using it, getting benefit. If you're using the Trinity kit, there's a lot of things to pay attention to. One suggestion I will have is to like document, like get yourself your notebook and just talk about your day, like write it out, talk it out with yourself, write it out, because you'd be surprised at how much you're actually benefiting and you're not even thinking about. There's so much benefit in that Trinity kit. And then of course now you've learned you could use it so many different ways. You could put the restore and the clean slate on your skin as well. So that's an option for you to just see, what you might see. I don't know what this one is. It just says example. For example, I'm sorry, I don't know. Yes, Comfort, you got it. Okay. I think it's the natural barrier one as well as Give Me Back My Youth. I use both of these and Mitochondria Shield. So one thing you guys could do, just go to here, let's see if I got the link here real quick. Here's the link again. Head on over to Root. Just create an account. You don't have to buy anything. You're not signing up for any. Just create an account. You'll have access to all the documentation and everything. And then you could read about it yourself. If you guys have a question about what might help with what, and then you can get plugged into. We have our own Root community, but Root has its own community. If you guys go over to the Root YouTube channel, you guys can actually find out a lot of information about the products there. Someone said, I guess Comfrey is on Amazon. I actually bought some seeds. I am cold stratifying them right now, which means I'm taking them through their dormancy phase where they think it's winter so I can plant them. I'm really excited to get some Comfrey growing. Like, I'm really excited. Can we do a flush before starting the R72? Not the liver gallbladder flush, using Trinity kit, Epsom salts, then start water on Monday. Sure, you could. I mean, some people ask me about doing the liver flush as well. You can do it. You could do the flush. You could use the Trinity kit. So I'm not, you can do that flush. I think I have an idea of what you're talking about. So, it's kind of like, I get what you're saying. One other thing you guys could do as well. This is like really quick, very easy, and you can do this on your fast as well. So whether you're doing the R72 or whether you are, just doing your own thing, especially on a day or maybe a time frame when you're going to feel really ill. Like some people have been fasting and they'll get to a certain day, let's say day 3, and they know they're going to feel really ill on day 3. You could schedule a colonic on day 3 of your fast. The night before you do your colonic, you take 2 restores, 2 sachets of restore. What it will do is it will help stimulate the parasites. If you guys have parasites in your system, if you have old fecal matter, or just in general to help cleanse and revitalize the bacteria in the gut, and it'll start releasing waste. And then you could do your colonic, and it'll help pull all of that stuff out of you. So that's a really good hack. If you're having a really difficult time fasting, 2 sachets of the restore the night before you go do your colonic, and then go and have your colonic. And those of you who do regular colonics, you will probably notice that you'll see stuff you've never seen before. Because we have a lot of mess in our system that gets lodged and stuck, and restore will help to loosen that stuff up and move it out of your system. Remember, it opens up the elimination pathway. So that's another way you can use it, actually. Okay. Do you guys have any other like quick questions? The Root Wellness brand it's probably been the company we've been the closest to. We also do like the essential oils. So we are affiliated with doTERRA, because doTERRA, as well, there's a couple other companies, but doTERRA has a therapeutic grade essential oil that has a high quality. They give you a high quality product for potency, and it's you don't want to just go buy your essential oil from Whole Foods or Kroger or wherever. You want to make sure to go to a source that has high quality product that's not watered down. A lot of the products are watered down. We usually get the question, is the root products available on Amazon? Typically, you can find anything on Amazon or eBay or something like that. However, know that you're going to pay more. You're going to pay more on Amazon. So it doesn't make sense to use Amazon. I'll just say that. But you guys, if you find a deal on there, if you randomly find a deal on there, cool. You know what I mean? But typically, when I've gone and looked, it's always more on Amazon. I didn't even know all the benefits of Zero In, so I'm very thankful for this live. I have ADHD. I was wondering how I was able to sit and read for hours today, even though my home was loud. Well, you're welcome. I guess sometimes we get, I don't know, like, I guess it depends on where you heard about it or how you heard about it. I try to kind of give a brief overview of like what all the products do and everything and the benefits. But there's a lot of things, like when you talk about the Trinity kit, it hits on a lot of points. The Trinity kit, for the most part, is like a complete kit. So if you combine the Trinity kit with fasting, I mean, it's just such a beneficial. Those two things combined are so beneficial, you know. But it is important to understand what's happening and why, like where you're seeing benefit from. So I understand that. And then, like I said, prolonged use, especially of Zero In, you actually start to see quote unquote permanent benefit. Permanent benefit meaning that if you're doing the right things, if you're eating well, you're maintaining your health, you'll continue to see things. You'll maintain your benefit even if you stop using the product. The problem that I find in our society is we deal with so much toxicity. It's kind of like an ongoing thing because you're constantly absorbing more toxicity. And I tell you guys, I keep it a buck with y'all. Like, I'm not perfect, like listen, I'm not a vegan, but I love vegan food. I like to eat plant-based. So that means I'm gonna go to the store, buy a bell pepper, and I'm gonna use that whole bell pepper in my meal, right? I'm gonna use like garbanzo beans, I'm gonna use wild rice and stuff like that. I'm gonna make soup from scratch. You know what I mean? Like I do that, but I also do still take in processed foods. Pretty much all vegan, not all, but a lot of the vegan food, the vegan restaurants, vegan options, they're processed foods. And so I still do take in a lot of vegan foods, and these products just help. They help me maintain. You know what I'm saying? Like they help me maintain. It's worth it for me. I don't take it for granted. I would strongly suggest you guys don't either. Okay, it's easy to take products like this for granted, and then if you do that, then you become dependent on it. You don't want dependency, but to help you maintain a level that you're already at, I think that's okay. So that's just my own 2 cents. You guys use it as you want. Let's keep the money within the community. Hey, I like that comment. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. So if you guys sign up, or if you already have signed up, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. If you guys have already signed up, you're already using the product. If you see me on a live and you hear me talking about Root or whatever, and you want to be like, hey guys, I use Root. This is how it benefited me, and throw your link in there. I don't care. Like, especially if you really could use that benefit. Like, like I said, the products are not cheap, okay? But they work. So there's a value there. But use my platform. I don't care. Like, I'm telling you guys this for it to benefit you. So if you guys want to go into YouTube, you want to go into the AHA communities, if you want to just give an honest testimonial about what you've experienced and tell people, hey, if you want to check it out, here's the link. Feel free to do that. Use your link. I feel like people are just so adverse to that. Like, oh, I don't want to sell anything. You're not selling anything. You are telling somebody about an experience you had. And just like you would give them, hey, where'd you find that? I got it off Amazon. Here's the link. It's the same thing. It's okay to listen. It is okay if you get some benefit from sharing something that helps someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you a bad person. I sure don't feel bad because I've gotten some crazy testimonials for sharing it. Had I just kept it to myself and I don't want to feel like I'm selling anything, I wouldn't have got those testimonials. Those people wouldn't got that benefit. So don't, be all caught up in all that nonsense. It's help. Let's help each other out. Like keeping money within a community is how communities grow. It's like that's how they've always grown. We just gotta get back to that. Anyway, that's it. Hey, I appreciate y'all rocking out with me for a little while tonight. I might go live again tomorrow because I don't have a Sunday video prepared, but we'll see how I feel. I've been releasing the short form content. Hopefully you guys have been checking that out. I put a lot of time into that, trying to invest in building the platform and stuff like that. If you guys did not join the R72 challenge, that's okay. I still would highly encourage you to join AHA communities. It is our own community. We don't have to worry about getting censored or anything of that nature. If you wanted to join the R72 and you missed it, if you were in AHA communities, you would have got multiple notifications about it. So it's just a good place to be in the know. Find somebody in your area. You guys can get together. You guys can cook. You could do raw food together. You can fellowship. And it helps. This platform helps facilitate that very easy. People meet in person. They're posting pictures. And you know what I mean? It's fun. It's fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live. And give Root a try. Pick, maybe ask people's opinions. Pick your favorite product and then just rock out. Just try it and see how you guys enjoy it. You never know what kind of benefit you might get. All right. See y'all tomorrow, maybe. Good night.